Ever wake up from a weird dream and wonder what the heck it meant? What if I told you that no one but you can figure that out? It's not magic. It's not mysticism. It's something way more powerful. Your mind speaking to you. In this video, you learn how to interpret your dreams in a way no one has ever shown you. If you've ever had a confusing, intense, or repeating dream, this one's for you. Let's dive in and uncover what your subconscious is really trying to say. Time to discover how to interpret your dreams. For real? Chapter 1, forget the woo-woo stuff. A lot of people think dreaming about snakes means betrayal, or that water means sadness. These popular interpretations sound interesting, but honestly, they don't hold much truth. They oversimplify something way deeper. What's actually going on inside you? Dreams aren't signs from the universe. They're reflections of your unconscious mind. So, let me ask, why keep trusting cookie-cutter meanings? Each dream is personal and filled with symbols that make sense only to the dreamer. Something that means fear for one person might mean love or nostalgia for another. When you rely on generic meanings, you miss the chance to really understand yourself. It's like trying to read your own life using someone else's story. It just doesn't fit. That's why this video is about a whole different way of looking at your dreams. You're going to learn how to analyze your dreams yourself. No spiritual guru needed. And we'll use a technique from psychology based on Freud's ideas. It won't predict your future, but it will reveal things you didn't know you were feeling. Most importantly, you'll see that a dream is really just you talking to yourself. Ready to dig into this mystery? Let's go. Chapter 2. Freud and the birth of psychoanalysis. Ever heard the phrase, Freud explains everything? That S, because Freud was one of the first to really explore the power of the unconscious mind. And it all started when he decided to study dreams. In 1900, he published The Interpretation of Dreams, and it changed everything. He believed dreams were symbolic expressions of hidden desires. Freud said that while we sleep, our unconscious thoughts come out. But in disguise, desires, fears, memories, all of it shows up in our dreams. But rarely in a direct way. The unconscious doesn't speak with logic or clear words. It speaks in symbols and images. That's why dreams often feel strange or random. Those symbols have meaning if you know where to look. Freud believed dreams were like messages in code from your inner self. And once you learn to crack that code, a whole new layer of self-awareness opens up. It's like reading a letter written by your subconscious. And the cool part, you already have the tools to translate it. The more you understand your dreams, the more you understand yourself. Desires you've ignored, emotions you've buried, they all rise to the surface. It's like shining a flashlight on parts of yourself that were in the dark. Ever had a dream that stuck with you all day? Maybe your mind was trying to get your attention. Chapter 3. Step by step. How to start. Want to start interpreting your dreams? First step. Write them down. Keep a notebook and pen next to your bed and jot everything down as soon as you wake up. The sooner the better. Most of the details disappear within minutes. Write down places, people, objects, emotions, every little thing. Even the weird stuff matters. Once it's written, start doing what Freud called free association. Look at each part of the dream and say what it reminds you of. No filter. Like, that house reminds me of where I grew up. Or that outfit looks like what I wore on my birthday. Doesn't matter if it sounds dumb. Just let it flow. This is how you get to the real meaning behind the dream. Freud believed free associations are like a tunnel into your unconscious. Each image or situation in your dream is tied to a memory, feeling, or desire. And by pulling on that thread, you slowly reveal what's hiding underneath. It's not a magic formula. It's more like detective work. But once you get the hang of it, it's powerful. And the best part? You'll start noticing patterns over time. Recurring dreams, repeating symbols, familiar emotions. They all mean something. Can help you recognize unresolved issues or hidden needs. So yeah, interpreting dreams is kind of like emotional growth on steroids. Chapter 4. Manifest versus latent content. Freud said dreams have two layers. The first is manifest content. What you actually dream and remember when you wake up. It's the surface story. The funeral, the road trip, the random person or dramatic event. But underneath that is latent content, the hidden meaning. That's where the real message lies. Latent content is like the secret script behind your dream, but it's been edited, censored, and reshaped into symbols. Why? Because our unconscious doesn't always show us the truth directly. Sometimes the truth is uncomfortable, so it shows up in disguise. That's why dreams can feel bizarre, but still hit you emotionally. Understanding the difference between the two layers is key to interpretation. Manifest content is your clue. Latent content is your mystery. And through your free associations, you can uncover what's beneath the surface. It's like unlocking a box that only you have the key for. Nobody else can do it for you. So next time you dream something intense or confusing, instead of Googling "what does dreaming of fire mean," try asking yourself, what does that remind me of? What did I feel in that moment? The answer isn't out there. It's in you. And once you get that, everything changes. Chapter 5, a real-life example. Let's walk through a real case Freud shared to show how this works. He had a patient who'd lost a nephew she deeply loved. Sometime after the loss, she dreamed that her other nephew, the one still alive, had died too. She woke up terrified, thinking, "Am I a terrible person for dreaming that?" But the truth behind the dream was something very different. With Freud's help, she started free associating parts of the dream. She realized that at the first nephew's funeral, she saw an old flame again. A man she had loved, but her family never approved of. That day stirred up all kinds of emotions she had buried, and deep down, she wished she could see him again. The dream wasn't about wanting someone to die. It was about longing to reconnect with that lost love, a wish she never admitted out loud. Her subconscious used the idea of another funeral as a way to replay that encounter. The dream created a scene where that meeting could happen again. It was a desire in disguise. It's pretty wild, right? Dreams can look scary or dramatic on the outside, but inside, they're often about love, fear, regret, or things we never said. That's why no one else can decode them for you. You have to be the one to connect the dots. Chapter 6, the truth about your dreams. If there's one thing you take away from this video, it's this. Only you can truly interpret your dreams. Dream dictionaries, spiritual guides, or horoscopes don't know your personal story. Only you can make the real connections between symbols and emotions. The most powerful tool for that is free association. Dreams aren't some magical message from the stars. They're messages from your subconscious, pointing at something important. Maybe a fear, maybe a memory, maybe something you're avoiding. And if you take the time to listen, it can totally shift your perspective, more than you might expect. And hey, if you're not in the mood to analyze, that's okay too. Just dreaming already shows that your mind is alive and active. Sometimes dreaming is enough, but now you know the door is there, and you have the key. You just have to decide when to open it. Final conclusion. Now that you know how to interpret your dreams, tell me, what's the weirdest or most powerful dream you've ever had? Drop it in the comments. I'd love to hear your story. If this video helped you, give it a like. It seriously helps the channel grow. And if you're into content that makes you think, reflect, and dive deeper into yourself, hit that subscribe button and turn on notifications so you don't miss the next videos. We've got a lot more coming about the mind, emotions, and how to live with more awareness. Thanks for hanging out with me till the end, and may your next dreams bring you messages you now know how to understand.